So a lot of people say that you shouldn't mix faith in business or anything like that, but Onyx was kind of foundationally built on faith and Christianity. And how do you guys think that has changed the way you guys run your business, or if it's helped it in a good way? And you could also talk about specifically in the barbering industry, or if you want to talk about in business in general, of if faith should be part of it, if it does make your business grow more, give you good morals and standards, and what's your overall opinion on all that?
Hmm. Faith and business. Ooh.
Okay. First off, we're Adventists.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know that. 7-day Adventists.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into it, I want you to just tell people vaguely, give a brief description
Brief
Of-
description
of Adventism.
SDA Advent.
Yeah.
Okay. No pork, no swine.
Definitely no pork.
No sweet meat.
No pork.
Okay.
He said sweet.
Okay. Adventism is believing that one, Jesus is coming back
Yep.
at some point.
Yes.
And in that, it's also obviously we believe in Jesus. We
Yes.
believe in a higher power that created us in its form.
Yep.
We also believe in the 10 Commandments, idols and worshiping other gods, and what else is there? No adultery. No.
So in terms of Christianity, there's so many different Christian denominations.
Yeah.
All those things are the same.
Similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
What's the main difference?
For us, it's, I would say, well, obviously Sabbath.
Sabbath,
Is
that's
a
what I
huge one.
Yeah.
For us, the fourth commandment, and our dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
I won't even say restrictions. I'll just say dietary, proper way of living.
Dietary
No swine.
dietary
No
concepts.
swine. No shellfish. No, we don't eat
Lobster.
We don't eat
Yeah.
crabs. We don't eat fish with without scales. So I know my Trinidadian background has me,
Shark and bait.
yeah, shark and bake. I'm like, I'm not killing the shark and bake. Sorry, Maracas Beach, for the drop in sales, but yeah, no, I'm not. Yo, no shark and bake. Dolphin, man, who eats dolphin? Why would you want
I don't
to eat
know.
a dolphin,
I don't know. The mean people?
bro? Oh my gosh.
Dolphins are supposed to be like our friends, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you eat dolphin?
People eat dolphin, so yeah, that kind of stuff. But the main thing is not just about the Sabbath, but it's how we keep the Sabbath. So we rest from work.
Yep.
And on that day, it's just a recharge with the Creator. We talk, we fellowship with other people that are like-minded on that day.
Right.
And we're trying our best to, encourage each other to go back into the week and, do good things, be positive, all the good.
I wanted you to touch on that first because people do ask, not super often, but once in a while, people ask, why you close on Saturday?
Mhm.
Or, oh, I heard you guys Sunday Adventists, so what's the difference?
Yeah.
And to be honest, the main thing I say is, we observe the Sabbath on Saturday.
Mhm.
A lot of other Christian denominations, they go to church on Sunday.
Mhm.
So that's really what comes top of mind,
Mhm.
because even though I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church,
Mhm.
I realized that I haven't studied the religion really.
Mhm.
I just went to church because my mom told me to go to church,
Yeah.
and I went there every
You get a beating.
I went there every week until I was probably 18.
Okay.
Just going to church, and I had something happen to me that made me change my mind about going to church.
Okay.
And that's why I stopped around 18. And after that, the times that I've visited have just been sporadic.
Mhm.
But what I've noticed is that having that foundation in the Seventh-day Adventist Church has saved me from a lot of issues out in, just in life in the world. It's changed my decision making, and it's really, man, it saved my life.
Preach.
Yeah, it really has saved my life. Even though
Preach.
I'm not an avid goer of church,
Yeah.
and I could count the amount of times I've been recently, but I still feel like I'm gonna return.
What?
I still feel like I'm gonna return because I still know I recognize the importance
Mhm.
of fellowship,
Yes.
and in the sense that going somewhere once a week, like you said, to recharge and build those connections. And the older I get, the more I see what those connections have done for me. Growing up amongst these people,
Mhm.
and then you go out in the world and everyone's doing different things, but you have that common ground of believing in the same faith,
Mhm.
and it's special. It's special in business.
Oof.
I think it's helped us a lot,
It's
and
huh.
even more so, I think it's helped us because you out of the two of us, you have been more devout in your in our religion,
Mhm.
and that has set a good tone for our business, because we talked about before, like in our origin story, how in the beginning we were just working every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I remember down in that flea market, it was like 7 days a week,
Mhm.
12 hours a day. And my focus was just, we have to work every day, all day, every day, money, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
But you reminded me that, of where we come from, and maybe things weren't really working the way we wanted because we weren't running business the way we should,
Mhm.
and then that's where we implemented shutting down on Saturday and observing the Sabbath. And we tried to teeter-totter.
Mhm.
Well, we'll open on Saturday, but we'll open after sunset.
That was crazy.
We'll open after sunset, and we'll change the hours here and there. And what did we do? We opened at 4.
Yeah, we opened at 4 in the
And then we
afternoon.
tried to open at like 6 or something, and then we'll go later.
And then
and
we had that
We
situation.
just wound up getting robbed.
Yeah.
It's like,
We got robbed, yo.
it's like God just like slapping you, saying, just do what you're supposed to do. Do what's right.
Man.
And I thought that was a great sign to everyone out there that was watching us grow or patronizing the business. I thought it was a great sign, because what's the busiest day of the week for barbering?
For barbering, yeah. Saturdays.
Saturday's the busiest day.
It's the King Kong of the week.
It's a great conversation starter where people are like, you guys don't open on Saturdays? Like,
Yeah.
how do you function
Yeah.
not being open on Saturdays?
Yeah.
And then it's a good way to introduce, well, we're Seventh-day Adventists, so
Yeah. It's
Saturdays are Sabbath, this, that, and the other.
We got robbed.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I mean, it really being Adventist, I think, really helped us to set the groundworks.
Yeah.
But what some other things that we do that sets us apart? What do you think?
Let me tell you something. In our walk as becoming business owners of a franchise like this, or of this business,
Yeah.
it was hard to try and figure out how to navigate this business industry without being mean, without being like a jerk, without being, you know what I mean? Like all these things that they used to say you had to have to give you this business
Be
acumen.
successful, yeah.
Yeah.
Business.
And I'm just glad that there were times that we both looked and we saw that there was a better way to do this. Because there were many times, I'm telling you, there were customers that would cheat the system, like not even cheat the system. They'd literally come in and try to just like manhandle the situation. Come in,
Yeah.
rah, rah, rah. And we were
Try to change the environment of the
Yeah.
business, like to cater them.
Yeah. And I'm glad that we had some people that were day ones of the business that were like, hey, these guys aren't like that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. Like, Tomasi was like very instrumental in, making sure some people understood, hey, these guys are cut from a different cloth, and the respect that's garnered in here
Yeah.
is one that's duplicated.
Right.
So don't come in here with your hot temper and your rah rah and try to, you know, bully or but even so, I mean, like, you were going to the gym, so there were times I was like, you know, Kirk Kirk literally just picking people up and throwing them out. I'm like, yeah. What?
I don't remember.
Holy cow.
I don't remember
This
either.
guy turned into like the Herc. I'm like, you know, but I'm just glad that we still had the restraint to not go the distance of what our, you know, our environment, like being from Scarborough and whatnot, would have told us to do. Like,
Yeah.
there were many times some customers would have got a stomp out, and our restraint was, you know, our background from where we were, like, from growing up in the church. And, you know, I know that there's a lot of other barbershops that have similar connections to church. Maybe it's not Seventh-day Adventism
Right.
or whatnot, but they have a cadence about them that says, hey, look, I'm going to treat you with some kindness so that way you understand the world is not in here all the time.
Right.
Like, the world comes to the shop, but we don't have to act like the world
No.
in here. So, you know, step your game up. We can give you, like, I remember there's a guy. It's basically like the movie Barbershop. The guy came in, he's talking about, oh yeah, okay guys, nice me up. And all of a sudden, dashes out the door, and we're like, why is he running? He could have just asked,
Just ask for free haircut.
just for a free haircut. I
Yeah.
need the haircut. I need a job. I have a
Now-
job interview.
Now, I'm not advertising that everyone can
Yeah,
ask for a free
yeah.
haircut. Okay? That's not gonna happen. However, we're people.
Yeah.
And there has been times, not often, but there has been times where someone respectfully has said, you know what, Kirk, I really need a haircut, but I don't have the money today.
Yeah.
Or I don't have it
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Is there something you could do for
Yeah.
me? And if time allows and the situation is right, I'd be like, you know what? Don't worry about it. If this guy's been coming to the business for a couple of years,
Yeah.
every couple of weeks, and there's a moment when he's down and I can't give him a haircut, then, you know, what are we? But once again, don't come asking. Everyone should not be asking for a free haircut.
Yeah.
But sorry, I want to chime in. What is beautiful is that like attracts like. And we've got to live it, right? There's one thing to say it, but over the years, over the decades, I've seen how our clientele has changed. Guys that used to give us trouble in the beginning, they've been weeded out. Not because we told them not to return,
Yeah.
because within they've recognized that this is not their type of
Yeah.
establishment. They can't come in and, you know, roll weed on the table in front of us like people have tried to do. But they recognize it's not their spot, right? And they gotta go somewhere else to feel more comfortable. You're not gonna smoke out front of the door. You're not gonna curse and carry on because everyone here will check you on that. And what's beautiful too is because like attracts like. We've had so many people that have come to work here who have been Adventists.
Yeah.
Or who has had an Adventist background.
Yeah.
And they don't even know that we're Adventists.
Yeah.
It happens like when we start talking throughout the interview process,
Yeah.
or even after we've hired them, we're like, wait a second, your parents, oh, you went to church? Like,
Yeah.
so that's amazing. And I think that's honestly just, I'm big on energy and attraction. And I think that's because we've been led by Adventism, and it's going to bring people that are also led in that way or in a similar way to us.
Yes.
Right? Because they feel comfortable.
It's a, like, what you believe, what they say, your praise goes before your day or makes your day, right? So what you praise, like, we praise positivity, we praise encouragement, we praise, you know, good sportsmanship, we praise, listen, camaraderie, competitiveness. Like, who said competitiveness had to be this meek and mild thing? Like, let me tell you something. Competitiveness, let me tell you something. I love the fact that there are people that challenge us every day at our craft.
Yeah.
And whether it be one aspect of it, like, let's just say it's customer service or design work or blade work, somebody in here becomes the specialist, and then we all gravitate towards getting
Yes.
to the top. And it's
Yeah.
just,
I love that.
it's the best thing, because like, why would you want to do anything any other way? Like,
That's why it's great being a part of a group.
but
And you know what? I mean, this is like the same way I said how I've got to start fellowshipping
Mhm.
spiritually
Mhm.
in church
Mhm.
again, because that's important.
Mhm.
This shop it's a barber fellowship. Really.
Mm. Preach.
That's really what it is. And you get strength from your brothers and sisters that are around you,
Yeah.
just like a church,
Yeah.
right? And honestly, just as you were saying that, I started thinking about how it relates.
Mhm.
And that's why you need to be around like-minded people in business
Mhm.
and in your personal life, whatever it is. I'm thinking, so there's so many things that I have started to do because of guys that we're working with. I mean, starting this business, I thought I was a good barber.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things I didn't do.
Mhm.
It was because of Tomasi. Tomasi came, I think, our first year,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and he would cut using the grain a lot. And one time he asked me, he goes, "You don't like cutting with the grain?" I'm like, "Nah,
Yo, that's right.
I didn't like doing it because it just, you get an evener cut when you go against the grain.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But for waves, it's better to go with the grain.
Yeah. Yeah.
to really
yeah,
press the
yeah,
hair
yeah,
down.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing it just because of my comfort.
Yeah.
But in watching him, and because he challenged me, I'm like, I can't have someone doing something that I'm not doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I started doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
And the scissor game too.
And yes, it does. And that's what it is when you're part of the barber fellowship.
Mm-hmm. I
Right?
like that.
Yeah, that's really what it is. There's another thing that I love to say is I was big time against, and I still am against the razor blade. I don't like it at all. I don't think it's good for our skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gives you a nice little ping, at the end of the haircut, but I I don't think it's really good for our skin. However, I've been barbering for 33 years, and I just started using the blade, I think, I'd say 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Think about 9 years. Yeah, about 9 years ago, I started using, maybe 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then during when we had to close, that's when I took the time to really brush up and get better at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember thinking to myself, when we reopen, I want to make sure this is something that if anyone asks me, I can feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But before, I just wanted to push it to the side. But then the past 10 years or so, guys have wanted to blade work. I mean, it wasn't a big thing 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But now it's popular. Guys want it. You have to be able to give that service so you can brush up your skills.
You're a Swiss Army knife, huh?
You got to be.
Yo. But okay, so the Adventism part of this, I'm not gonna lie, I remember the day that we said we were gonna close on Saturdays.
Mm.
And it was shortly, okay, so I think a couple things happened. So the robbery happened, then we got broken into,
Yeah.
and then my dad passed away.
Mm.
And this was February 2005.
Mm.
And I took some time off, and I remember coming back, and I was reflecting, and I was like, what are we gonna do? What are we supposed to be doing? Because like it felt like, when we'll talk about this in another time, grief or going through emotion. Oh man, shoot, yo, hold it together, Diamond. Hold it together, man.
We're not talking about grief today.
We're not talking about grief today, bro.
I'm not
Hold
ready
it
for that.
together.
I'm not ready for that one.
Okay, so we're reflecting, and I was thinking about what, some of the things that your parents tell you. And and biblically it says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is older, he won't depart from it.
Yeah.
Not that he won't divert a bit and try certain things out, but I'm listening to music that my dad used to play on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Jim Reeves. What am I listening to Jim Reeves for?
I know.
I listen to it because it's like
Sweet.
comfort.
Listen
Yeah.
to Jim Reeves. If you guys don't know about Jim Reeves, okay, Look up Jim Reeves.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
Look
bad.
at-
That's a bad white
What?
man right there. That's a bad
He's
white
like,
man.
he's like the Kenny Rogers of like
Jim Reeves.
of
The West
gospel.
Indies.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers of the West Indies.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And so I was thinking about a lot of things, and I was like, you know what? We tried so hard to get away from like doing what we used to do on the Sabbath, and then I remember the day I came in and I said, hey, you know, I didn't say much. I just said, you know what we got to do? We got to shut it down. And you're like, yep, let's do it. And I was like, the response that I got from you was so encouraging because, you know, I'm sitting there trying to figure out how we're going to do this as a business because now we had some people working with us. And I said,
Were you maybe afraid that I didn't want to close it totally on a Saturday?
more so that we were going to try to figure out how to just work through it. Right? Oh, I guess maybe I'd say yeah. I didn't think you were gonna.
I was relieved. I remember too. My memory ain't good, but I remember that. I was relieved. Like yeah,
Professions.
yeah,
You were relieved too, right?
yeah, big time.
We knew we were supposed to do this.
We didn't have a large staff, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's not like now
Yeah.
where there's 12 guys.
Yeah.
And got to sit down. A lot of guys would be against it.
Yeah.
It was just Tomasi, I think Sten
Bentley and T-Bone.
Terrence and
Yeah.
T-Bone. And Stennis Adventist.
Yep, that's right.
T-Bone understood.
Yeah.
Tomasi didn't understand.
Yeah.
He didn't like it.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember,
He's like,
but it was good.
that face. He's like, nice.
Saturday's a busy day. One of my busy days.
Yo.
I know.
But, you know, we got his support and
And what's beautiful, the customers understood.
Like-
I'm telling you, there's only one customer.
I remember his name.
There's only one customer
What's his
that
name?
we lost.
You know his name.
My gosh. It'll come to me. But we only lost one customer. And that's because to his core, he gets a cut on Saturday.
Yeah.
He has to get his cut on Saturday. So everyone else came on, they just said, all right, I'll come on Friday. Or, oh, you open on Sunday?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because Sunday really is a better day to get a haircut.
Better day to get a
Sunday's
cut.
a better day. On Saturday, on Saturday, people want to be doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
They don't want to do any chores on Saturday. They want to spend time with their family.
Mhm.
They want to relax or do whatever else. And Sunday, you prep. You get ready for the week. So Sunday's actually a better day, which is why it's become one of our busier days.
Okay. His name was like he's one of the Shatas guys. His name is
Well, he wasn't a shata.
I know he wasn't a
I'll put
Shata
that out
man,
there.
but it was a yellow man.
Yeah. He had a nickname. Can't remember what we called him though. Oh my gosh, such a nice guy though.
Yeah. He was cool.
But yeah, he's the only one that couldn't come back.
Think about that. One customer.
Just one.
Big decision, one customer. So we made the decision and we just prayed about it and we said, hey, okay, well, we'll see what happens. We just extended our Sunday hours
Yeah.
to 8 because we used to close at 4
Yeah.
on
that's right.
Sundays.
That's right.
And we would go play ball. Where I would kick. Kick. Beep that up. Beep. Yo. Sundays and
God, yeah, we played basketball.
we used to go to the West Scarborough. We rent out the gym and bro, that was. Did you ever play ball since then?
No, I don't think so.
What? Oh my gosh.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
My retirement, man. Over. It's over.
Yo, that was a great time. Okay. And we said we're going to extend our hours on Sundays. And so that was 2005 all the way to 2015.
Wow.
10 years after that, every month we had at least 10% increase from the year before.
All the way up.
Every year.
Yeah.
Every year. If without and there was years it was crazy. Like we had some really good increases, right?
We never had downtime in the winter like every other place does.
Never
January. February.
downtime,
No, we never had a downtime.
you know, and we were doing things like giving away free haircuts to kids.
We started, yeah, and we still increased.
Yeah, still
Kids
increased.
12 and under, free cuts for I think 4 days out of the week.
Yep.
3 or 4 days out of the
Yep.
week.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday.
Do you remember we started?
Yeah.
Remember to boost Sundays? What we did in the summer? Do you remember what we did that summer?
Sunday.
It was free on Sundays.
Get the hell out of here.
It was free because we wanted people. We knew that it was a good day, but people are so used to barbershops being closed on Sunday and Monday. So we said we have to get
What?
something to bring people in. So for the whole summer, 6 or 8 weeks, it was free on Sunday.
What?
Yeah,
I gotta check the books on that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
check it because it wasn't really busy at first, and we knew that okay, if it's free, then people will come. Then they'll definitely come the following week because it's
Yeah.
free, and they'll tell people, and it will compound. And that's exactly what happened. They got
Oh my
super busy.
goodness. And you know what's crazy? There, just like you said, like attracts like. So here it is, we're doing that. And I remember people were still like, you know what, I'm gonna pay.
Yeah,
People were still paying or
Yeah.
leaving a large tip.
Yeah.
You know, and we're like, what the how does this work? Kirk, people were still paying.
Yep.
We said free and they still paid.
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, no, the cut's free. What? Free? No.
no.
Yeah,
That was
because the service is legit.
this, you see what I'm saying?
That's why.
So when that starts happening, you realize that there's just something else that's governing the whole business. It's like it's a blessing. And you know, even when we were down, like we were down for 10 months. And I remember, you know, a lot of people would say that they went to other shops during that time or whatever, and people would be like, "Yeah, Onyx is done." I was like, "Okay, let's see,
Yeah.
let's see what these."
I know. That's good though. I love that.
It was crazy, and then the
I love
comeback
that.
was just great.
Oh man, the comeback has just started.
You know,
The
even
comeback has just started.
Just started.
We've been in this space for 6 years,
yeah,
but it's really just started.
Yeah.
We've just been coasting.
yeah,
We haven't hit the gas yet.
yeah.
So once we hit the gas, it's gonna be
Holy cow!
once again.
Yeah, it's amazing. But God has definitely blessed us, and shown us so many times. I remember one time, Caravana. I know it's coming up right now.
Yeah.
Well, a man walked in and you know pointed the long ting, and we're like, "What the hell?" The whole place is scattered
Like
and-
roaches.
like
It was
roaches.
Caravana time, eh?
That was Caravana time, you know, and nothing. I remember right after the incident, there was a lady that used to go to Agape SDA
Yeah.
Church,
Mhm.
and she said, "I know that happened," but she goes, "I'll be back next week." She goes, "I trust this place." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
You know how much people would not re-enter a place when a scare like
Oh,
that
for sure.
happens?
Yeah.
'Cause she
Yeah,
knows-
for sure.
she
I
knows-
wouldn't. I probably wouldn't.
See what I mean?
A lot of places.
And she was like, "No, I'll be back next week for my kite."
Adventism is special. I'm not gonna say more special than anything else,
Mhm.
but because there's dietary, restrictions or changes, I always look at my life and I always like to brag
Mhm.
to say that, you know what? I grew up in this church, and even though I felt like I was just doing it because my parents made me go,
Mhm.
it became so much a part of my life that I still live by those rules today,
Mhm.
even though I don't fellowship.
Mhm.
Like I've never eaten pork or a pork product,
Mhm.
to my knowledge.
Mhm.
Who knows what's out there in some of the food? But I've never eaten it by choice. I've never eaten crab, any of that stuff that we're not supposed to eat. I've never eaten. And people will tell you, yo, you don't want to try it. Pork is sweetest.
Sweetest meat.
Or man, you never had lobster?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Spicy shrimp.
Yeah, I don't
You
feel
know
like
spicy
I
shrimp?
don't feel like I'm missing anything. And I was talking with a customer where some music came on. We're in the back. Some music came on,
Mm.
and there's some swear word. And a customer, I think, actually said something. A customer said, "Hey, like,
Content.
yeah, content." And I remember I heard it, and I was thinking that wasn't one of us. And I came and I looked. I was like, "Shoot, that's a customer." I go, "That's special,"
Yeah.
because he knows the environment.
Yes.
And mistakes happen, slip ups happen. I'm watching TV. You might hear an F bomb, like, oh shoot, and I gotta change that
yeah.
podcast. But the customer that was in my chair, he was saying how he doesn't understand how some people can hear these things and it doesn't set off an alarm,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I said, yeah, because I'm like that too.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm listening to something and there's excessive swearing or whatever, it just doesn't roll over my head.
Yeah.
It changes my spirit, right? And I think that's because of my upbringing. Sorry.
Bro,
So
let me tell you something. There are songs that are being played on the radio. And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
like, not that I'm like disgusted because of the person saying it. I'm just like, I know that that's just not, we're not cut from that cloth.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
that's the way the world is going.
and
Things
that's the
become
thing.
more accessible. TV
It's-
shows. When I was a kid, you never hear the word, I don't know what it is, like damn or something like that. You wouldn't see that on TV
True.
the day.
True.
Now they have you'll have shows where there's full out swear words.
Yeah.
SHIT during the day,
Yeah.
you know?
This guy still spells it, huh? You know you're a parent, huh? You got kids.
My wife is good at that. She's good. She spells so fast. I'm like, oh, okay. What do you say? I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it's good, and I'm glad that the customers that know about us or even know our story have acclimated I would say the responsibility
Right.
of making sure, hey, no,
Yeah.
that's not.
This is the Barber Fellowship. It's a special space.
Mhm.
Being Adventist, I think, has really helped us to govern that space.
Mhm.
And we've governed it in a way in which people that aren't Christian or aren't Adventist, they feel the difference.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be born a Christian or go to church or anything,
Mhm.
but you could still be of that spirit,
Mhm.
right? Maybe no one has just shown you
Yeah.
that lifestyle. So if you're of that spirit, you're gonna walk in here and you're gonna know that this place is for you. You're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
And if you're not of that spirit, you're not gonna want to come back, which is perfect for us.
Yeah.
So
We don't want no pork.
no.
No swine. Take your swine and go.
Take it to go.
Take it and go.